Mambo vipi watu wangu? Welcome back to Icon Rides Motors, your car buying channel. So today I want to give you a very special topic, and those who haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please give me that subscription for this and very many more updates, okay? So today I want to go through things that you consider if you want to go into the cab business, okay? The cab business. The cab business, I mean Uber, Bolt, Faras, Wasili, and all those apps that you use for this business, okay? So those who haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, remember to subscribe for this and very many more updates, okay? Now, I'm going to start very swiftly. So the first thing that you consider is the type of car that you're going to buy. That's the first thing that you consider, okay? The type of car that you're going to buy. So if you want to get into this business, it's good that you use the 650cc vehicles, like the Suzuki Alto, the Daihatsu Mira, Nissan Days, and all those 650cc engine capacity vehicles. This is why. Number one, because of fuel consumption. Those 650cc engine capacities vehicles, they consume very minimal fuel. You can go up to 23 kilometers per liter. Is that not fuel efficient? And number two, spare parts. They are very, very cheap. Very cheap for those 650cc units. Very cheap spare parts, and they are readily available, okay? And they are on very high demand nowadays, so they are very good units. So in terms of spare parts, you can never go wrong. So you should consider a 650cc engine so that you can have maximum profit. You reduce on the cost, you minimize on your profits. That's a law of business. Number two, you should consider the year of the manufacture of the vehicle. For now, they take vehicles that are considered to be 12 years and above. 12 years and above. I mean, this is what I mean. If your vehicle is older than 12 years, it's not going to be considered into the Uber business if it's older than 12 years. So that's, I mean, 12, 11, 10, 9, up to 1 year old. If you are able to import a very new 2024 unit, it's all up to you. But for now, they consider vehicles that are below 12 years old. That's what I mean, below 12 years old. So for those who are operating vehicles that are beyond 2013, from next year, you are going to be knocked out from the business of the Uber business. So for now, you're supposed to purchase vehicles that are newer than 2013. That means 2014 going beyond. That's what they accept for this business, okay? So another thing you should check, what you consider is, are you going to buy the vehicle on cash, or are you going to do it on hire purchase? Are you going to purchase it on cash or hire purchase? Hire purchase is a very good option. We offer hire purchase. So for now, you can deposit a minimum deposit of 350,000 shillings. Balance you pay in 12, 24 or 30 monthly installments, okay? 12, 24 or 30 monthly installments with a very low interest rate, very low interest rate. So if you're interested, my numbers will always be scrolling down there. You can call for those new units. You can call so that I can hook you up with one of them. So I've said you consider, are you buying the vehicle on cash or on hire purchase? When you buy on hire purchase, of course, that's a loan and it's going to be serviced. So that means you're going to be more active so that you can pay the loan as fast as possible, because you also have your own expenses. Another thing to choose to check is the place of work. The place of work. For example, if you're going to park near malls, near clubs, near homesteads, that's where you're going to get maximum customers. But if you go to places that are very far from people, from activity, definitely don't expect to have a lot of people, because on the app, people, when they check the vehicle that is closer to them, that's how they choose the vehicle that is closer to them. So if you're near homesteads, near estates, near malls, definitely you're going to get a flow of clients, okay? That's one thing to look. Another thing, you look for an app. You've already purchased a vehicle. Now, we are there on the ground. You look for an app. We have very many apps that you can use for this cab business. We have the famous Uber, we have Bolt, we have Faras, we have Little Cabs, we have Haki, we have so many apps, okay? So you are going to choose whatever app that is efficient with you. And also you can opt to use all of them. You can get a few apps so that you can have also maximize on your activity, maximize on your profit, so that your business can become very efficient. Okay, so you look for an app, either Uber, Faras, Bolt, or whatever app you can get, because that one links you directly to the client. It links you directly to the client. Whenever they get to the app, they request, and you are there, and you get to get that business. Okay, so we've spoken to a few Uber business people, and this is what we got as a feedback. Okay, so one person said that they make around 4K per day, 4,000 shillings in a day. Another person said they make around 5,000 shillings on a good day. And another person said they make around 3,000 shillings on a day. And that means it depends on the time and also the season. Because there is a time there is a peak, especially when it comes to rainy days. You can make also 5,000 and above. But on normal days, and maybe holidays when people are away, that means the business is a little bit low. But on good days, you can get as much as you want. So that means if you make 5,000 shillings on a day, 5,000 shillings on a day, minus the expenses, let's say you spend around 2,000 shillings on fuel and everything else, that means you have 3,000 extra shillings. 3,000 shillings you multiply by 7 days. Multiply by 7 days, you come to 21,000 shillings. That's a week. 21,000 shillings in a good week. Multiply that by 4. You get 84,000 shillings. That means on a good month, you get to go away with 84,000 shillings. Now, another expense is the service. A small unit, maybe if you're using the vehicle nicely, you can go for service at least once a month. So for that small unit, let's say you're going to spend around 5,000 shillings for service. That's the oil change, filter change. That's a regular service. But if maybe it has other major issues, let's say up to 8,000 shillings, okay? You minus from the 84,000, do your math and see how much you're going to earn. That means this business needs just a bit of brain, and you get to have maximum profit. It means you have to maximize on your time, and then you should use that vehicle nicely, because as you can check from many vehicles that are on these car businesses, many people have mistreated those vehicles, have misused those vehicles, and when it comes for resale, the vehicle gets a very low resale value. And now, considering that from next year, 2013 vehicles are going to be knocked out, you want to resell that specific unit that maybe you bought a year ago. How much are you going to resell it for? So you should also consider that. You use the vehicle nicely, or get a very good driver, so that you can also maximize on everything. Okay, so for this and very many more, I want to give you some requirements that you are required to get into those business. For example, when you take the Uber, when you want to get into the Uber, you need the following documents. Number one, you need the certificate of good conduct. As a driver, you need to have the certificate of good conduct, so that you have the clearance, you check your criminal records. Number two, a driving license that is above 2 years old, and it must be Class B. Class B driving license, 2 years old and above. Number three, they check your age. You must be 24 years and above. 24 years old and above, so that you can get into that business. Another thing, you must have the PSV badge. PSV badge, that one is very mandatory for you to do the Uber business, because you're transporting public. That means it's a public service vehicle. You must have the PSV badge. Okay. Another thing, you must take the vehicle for NTSA inspection, so that it can be inspected. Because it's a PSV unit, it must be inspected, so that they can check if the vehicle is 100% okay and roadworthy to carry passengers. Okay. And another thing, you must have comprehensive insurance. Make sure you have comprehensive insurance, because remember, when you're doing this job, you're doing it day and night, and you never know. I'm not saying that it's a must, but every business has a risk. You never know what can happen to you during the night, but it's good you have a comprehensive insurance, so that in case of anything you can claim back the vehicle. Okay, now that is the end of this topic, but I have very many other topics, and also I have very many offers. Those who haven't subscribed, remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. My cameraman today was Pitash Motors Mombasa. Thank you for visiting here in Nairobi. Thank you for business. Those who haven't done business with me, those who are about to call, welcome. Let's do business in 2025. Happy New Year. Adios.